When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the KitchenAid appliances we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Save big with KitchenAid. Right now, get up to a $1,000 prepaid MasterCard when you purchase select KitchenAid appliances. Get the best selection, price, and service in town without waiting. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
Hi, I'm John Mallos. Welcome to this live edition of Connect with me on the showroom floor at Ventura TV on this day. Glad to have you along. It's a Friday morning, and we're talking about water again. 436-ME-TV option 11. We'll be talking about this issue right up until February the 26th when the council takes that vote. A special guest in the studio today. He'll be here for about 35 minutes, maybe a little longer, to talk about water and how it's delivered here in the city of Fresno. You can call in. We'll also have a second guest. We're back with our program in just a moment.
I want to discuss the importance of the television medium to the American people.
Glad to be back here on a Friday morning on the showroom floor at Ventura TV, and the weekend is upon us once again, and we're inching ever so close to February the 26th. That's the date that the council is going to vote on whether or not your water rates will go up. A big debate as to how they'll vote right now. You know, it could be a tie. Steve Brandow could be the key vote, the swing vote in that one. We don't know exactly what he's going to do, although he said he is going to abstain. First, I want to mention here on Comcast, you are watching us live. Comcast channel 187, 43.6. And then you can watch us on 13.1 live as well. Also, later in the day, the replay starts at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 13.6, that would be YouTube. And 8 o'clock tonight, 4.6, that would be Biz TV. Hey, how about the Twitter page? There it is. You can follow me on Twitter, at John Mallos, Me TV. To our main topic now, and our guest today is from the Fresno Irrigation District. He is going to be here in the studio. In fact, he's already here. But during the course of this program, he's going to talk about how his district helps deliver water to residents here in the city of Fresno and to the farmers. He'll explain it all and try to break it down the best he can, and you're more than welcome to call in. Let's roll the videotape, my friends, and show you exactly what I'm talking about. First, as you know, for weeks, we've been hearing about how the water rates here in the city of Fresno are likely to go up, even though there were more than 41,000 valid protest votes mailed into City Hall recently. I want to drop a scenario for you, my friends. Very interesting one at that. We're in the 5th year of a drought now as you look at the San Joaquin River, and this being part of the restoration project. As you can see, not much water there. At the same time, the city wants to raise your water rates, claiming it needs to upgrade the delivery system, meaning they want to improve how they deliver the water to you. And some politicians at City Hall are trying to convince us that the only way to improve that delivery system is to build a brand new $429 million water treatment plant in East Fresno. And they say much of the surface water the city of Fresno is entitled to or contracted to get isn't going to the city. Instead, it's going into the ocean. They are talking about water coming out of Millerton Lake and the Kings River. They keep telling us we pay for that water, and you know what? It's going to waste down into the ocean. Actually, according to our guest today, that statement is not true, and he will tell us why and where that water goes. Further, he will tell us that even with a brand new water treatment plant, it won't be possible to deliver that surface water into certain parts of old-time Fresno because of policy, not because we don't have the right delivery system. Do you see how confusing this all gets, my friends? I'm confused, and I just read and told you what the situation is in this scenario. Even I don't understand it. It's so complex, so convoluted. And I'm no expert, and I'm the first one to tell you, as you look at the San Joaquin River and what's happened to that. Remember that San Joaquin River goes west and then turns up north, goes northbound, of course, up the state of California. Live in our studio right now is Gary Serrato. He is the general manager of the Fresno Irrigation District. Matter of fact, he's been there, my friends, 29 years. The last 12 as the general manager of the place. So who knows better as to where this water goes and how it's delivered and who gets what and how much and when, other than Gary Serrato. We're glad he's here. He's a part of this water process. He has been for many years. 436 MeTV, option 11. Do call in. We welcome your phone calls. But see, here's the thing. Gary has nothing to do with water rates. Okay, he's not going to set the water rates. He's not a political guy. He's not going to talk about the vote on the council. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. He is simply here to tell you what the Fresno Irrigation District's role is in all of this process. Gary Serrato is here. You are there. You can call in. We're back in a moment.
Most-watched news channel in Europe.
Back here on the program, here on Connect with Me, 436 MeTV, option 11. We find ourselves once again, my friends, talking water here in the Central Valley. Okay, Gary Serrato is here. Good to see you, Gary. Welcome. Good morning. And how are you doing this Friday morning?
I'm doing well, and thank you for the opportunity to sit here with you and have this discussion.
Hey, I appreciate it very much, and we expect to get some phone calls on this. So, okay, you've been there a long time, almost 30 years now, at the FID, Fresno Irrigation District. What role does Fresno Irrigation District play in this whole water mess, this issue?
Well, basically what we do is we have a contractual agreement with the city of Fresno that's referred to as the conveyance agreement. Embedded within the conveyance agreement are pretty much outlines what it is and how we deliver water to the city of Fresno. And by the way, just so that you also know, we have the same agreement with the city of Clovis as well too. But it outlines how much water is received from the Kings River, and it also outlines how we deliver that water supply, whether it's Kings River or their Frank contractual supply as well too. So the word conveyance basically is how we convey that water to them, where the water is supposed to be utilized at, and it also refers to the different classes of water. You have your Friant water and you have your Kings River water.
Okay, so you have the San Joaquin as well, the Kings.
That's
right?
correct.
They all play a role in this. Now, the city wants to build this big water treatment plant on the east side. Matter of fact, I want to put up a map. We have a map. We've shown this map before, and I want to show it one more time. Okay, the yellow part is the city of Fresno, and out on the east side they want to build this water treatment plant. And I guess the claim is if they build this water treatment plant, they can better deliver this surface water that they claim is going out to the ocean. The water that they're contracted to get, they can't use all of it. They say they don't have the right delivery system. They can't utilize it all, and it goes down into the ocean, and it's wasted water, water that we actually pay for.
Well,
is that true?
Well, it's partially true, and let me just clarify what it is that the statement that they're making. The statement of not being able to utilize the entire water supply by the city is true. The city, when we negotiated this agreement, it was done back in 1976. And when it was done in 1976, the city had a charge to begin to utilize that water way back when and develop groundwater banking or groundwater recharge facilities, and to actually develop and construct a surface water treatment plant to be able to utilize it. Now, this all happened back in 1976, And unfortunately, the city did not, put this into place until here recently. The fact of the statement where water is actually going down to the ocean and is being lost and not being utilized by the area, well, that isn't entirely true. The water that the city does not utilize, we pick up that water, and it's even embedded and discussed within the conveyance agreement. We deliver it to our growers who are surrounding the city of Fresno and within the irrigation district, and we're providing that water to the growers. Now, what that accomplishes is this, that if we're delivering that water to the growers that are surrounding that area and within the district, well, they're turning off their pumps, and they're not competing for the same groundwater supply that the city's pumping from. So the water doesn't go to the ocean. We try to capture as much as that water, in fact, all that water that we can, that we're entitled to, and we deliver to the growers, and it's a benefit not just to the city, but to the region as well.
Okay, we got a call. Go ahead, caller.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've been curious. Everything that I have read in the Fresno Bee about the San Joaquin River and allowing it to go out to the ocean and to reintroducing salmon to this river. From what I know about this river in this valley area, it's all on private property. Where are we going to salmon fish at? That's my question.
Well, that's probably a question for the Bureau of Reclamation. The Bureau of Reclamation is actually in charge of river restoration. There was a settlement that happened here a few years ago with the Front contractors. What occurred was there was water that was made available for river restoration, and its sole purpose was to develop a fishery, and that fishery happened to be salmon, to bring back up to where Bryant Dam is here currently. So in terms of, where are you going to have, access to get into the river to fish, you're right. Your statement is correct. A lot of that land on both sides of the river is actually private property. And so I really couldn't tell you. They do point to Lost Lake area. There's the conservation area that's up there towards the reservoir, and other than that, I really don't know how to answer that question.
Okay, we got to take a break here. Thank you, caller. I appreciate the call. Gary Serrato is here. He's the general manager of the Fresno Irrigation District. I do want to follow up with one of the questions I asked earlier. 436-ME-TV, option 11. We're back in a moment.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the low-price leading brands reliable advice place. The Frigidaire Gallery Dream Kitchen Get Yours Today place. You with me? Right now, get huge savings on select Frigidaire Gallery appliances and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months at the hometown low price think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
Attention all units. We have reports of 2 motorcycle cops protecting California's highway.
That's for us, good buddy.
The Men of Chips are on MeTV.
Hi, I'm John Baker. I'm John Baker. It's Officer Baker.
He's the blonde one.
Hi there!
Officer Poncherello, man. Frank Poncherello. Oh, I'm Frank Poncherello.
And he's the one who's Eric Estrada.
There's no way I wouldn't remember a name like that.
Catch the blonde one and the one who's Eric Estrada on
now
Chips.
On MeTV Fresno, Xfinity 187.
Back here with Gary Serrato, the general manager of the Fresno Irrigation District. Just to follow up now, the city, including Mark Standriff, has come on this program many times, and he keeps saying that surface water that they're contracted to get each year from the Fresno Irrigation District, from both the San Joaquin and the Kings River, they do not get all of their allocation per year, and the part of the water that they're not getting, they pay for, and it runs down into the ocean. It's wasted water, it's wasted money, and you just said a moment ago that that's not totally true.
Well, if he's talking about flood release water that is way excess to our needs,
I don't think he wasn't talking about.
We're not going to capture all of that.
No, he wasn't talking about
but
flood
if he was
water.
talking about, normal, water years where water is being delivered to the city, we capture all that water. That water doesn't go down the river, and it doesn't go out to the ocean.
Who gets it if the city doesn't get it?
we in turn, well, the first thing we do is we make it available to the city. And so the city utilizes as much as they can, whether it's through groundwater recharge, their surface water treatment plant that's in the northeast area. And the rest of that water goes to the growers and our farmers that are adjacent to the city or within the district. And again, it's a benefit to both the city and FID in the region because they're not competing for that same groundwater supply that the city is pumping. If you look at the city, they're extracting somewhere around 135,000 acre-feet a year. And
from the ground?
From the underground. And so if you shut off the farmers' pumps, they're not competing for that same water supply. And the other benefit is that they percolate that water back into the underground that the plant doesn't utilize.
Wow, okay. Caller, are you there? Go ahead.
Yes. Hello?
Go ahead, you're on the air. You're on the air. Go ahead, sir. Okay. I'm sorry. Caller, you'll have to call back and turn down the sound on your TV. 436 Me TV option 11. Please turn down the sound on your TV when you do call in. So Gary Serrato is here. So you're contracted with the city. They're allotted so much per year, acre-feet of water. From the Kings River, I think what's their allotment per year? It's about 60,000 acre-feet of water that they're supposed to get. They got zero allocation from San Joaquin River last year, right?
That's correct.
Okay, and from the Kings River, let's roll a videotape from the Kings River. Kings River, the allotment that they're supposed to get is about 125,000 acre-feet of water. What did they get last year from that river?
Well, they got probably a little bit less than 50,000 acre-feet, but...
Because why?
Because of the hydrological conditions. See, the water supply, what their statement in terms of the water that they're getting, that's average annual. So you take all the years, you average it, and they come up with a number. But really, that water supply is based on a yearly basis. So it's calculated on whatever the hydrological conditions are in that particular year, including, the snowpack that we have up there and the runoff into the reservoir. And I'm speaking to the Kings River. On the Friant Division, they have a contract for 60,000 acre-feet of water with the CVP, the Central Valley Project, Friant Division, and that's also based on a hydrological year. So, albeit that they have 60,000 acre-feet, if it's a dry year, like it was last year, and there were some other conditions that impacted how much water they got in terms of water coming out of the Delta, the exchange contractors, that made it so that they got a 0% allocation last year. So those impacts happen.
Why isn't the city of Fresno receiving all of the surface water that they're contracted to get? For example, last year they were contracted 60,000 acre-feet of water from San Joaquin. Why didn't they get that? Why did they get zero allocation?
Well, a lot of it had to do with the exchange contractors, and the exchange contractors are basically first in line to receive water. And when the Bureau of Reclamation cannot supply that water supply from the Delta, ultimately they turn to the Friant Division to take that water. They are entitled to that water before Friant Division contractors can receive their water.
I'm just wondering why the city is entitled, according to a contract, to receive a certain amount of water per year, and they're not taking it. They're not using it, either from the Kings or the San Joaquin.
Well, let's take a normal year. Okay, so we have a normal year, and they're to receive let's say they get 60,000 acre-feet of water, hypothetically, from Friant, and they get 120,000 acre-feet from the Kings. Well, currently what they do is they have the surface water treatment plant in the northeast. They have groundwater recharge that they utilize, which is Leaky Acres down there located on Ashland and 168, and that's about a 220 acre site. And they have a contract with an agreement with the Fresno Metropolitan Flood Control District to utilize their flood control basins when they're not being utilized to collect stormwaters. And so they're trying to recharge as much water as they can. They're trying to maximize the surface water treatment plant, but it's not going to capture or utilize all the water supply that they have for that particular year.
Because why?
because the facilities just are not there.
So with this new water treatment plant that they want to utilize and build in East Fresno, will that help them utilize all that water?
Absolutely it will.
It will.
It will help them utilize a portion of that water.
But not all of it.
But until they get to full build out, you know, right now.
What does that mean, full build out?
Well, full build out is, I believe that's a 80 MGD plant that they're looking to construct. Until they can build that out to the 80 MGD, and I don't know if their plans are to do it all at one time or to phase this thing in. I don't know that. That's a question for the city. But once they get there, what the city is trying to accomplish is to be able to utilize all that water supply that they're supposed to receive for the year.
Don't they up north have a water treatment plant that they could rebuild and use that to try to utilize some of that water?
I know that water treatment plant is, I don't know if you've rebuilt it. I think you add on to it. But it's not currently at the full build out where they projected it to be here currently. And I would think that part of the process would be to get it to full build out.
But if they got that water treatment plant to full build out, wouldn't that be equivalent to building a new one?
No.
It wouldn't?
No. You'd have to, with the water supply that they're looking to utilize, and they're looking to utilize all of it, it would require the additional surface water treatment plant up on the northeast, building some kind of level of surface water treatment plant in the southeast, and continuing to do as much groundwater recharge as they can.
So the water's not going into the ocean. They can't utilize all the water that they're entitled to under the contract, and that's why they're taking water from the aquifer?
Yes, right now they're still extracting about 135,000 acre-feet of water annually. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to, and by doing that, let me take a step back. By doing that, they've created this Kona depression, essentially a hole.
But nobody knows how big that Kona depression really is either.
We've got a pretty good idea of what it is because we track our groundwater, and that groundwater, the Kona depression may not be getting deeper, and it's down somewhere around 120 to 130 feet from top of the elevation, but we understand this, that it's getting a lot wider. They've been extracting over 80 years from that same aquifer, and they've developed this Kona depression. And with these new laws, it's going to require them to begin to build those groundwaters back up.
Mm-hmm.
And
doesn't the groundwater get replenished anyway with snow, melt, and runoff and all that?
It does. But when you're extracting more than that's coming in naturally, that's why you create the Kona depression. So,
all right, if we give the city that water treatment plant on the east side, you've seen the map, they'll reduce the amount of aquifer water they're tapping into now, or will it be eliminated altogether?
I don't think it'll be eliminated altogether, but I do believe that it goes a long ways down the road of trying to recover that aquifer, yes.
Replenish the aquifer.
That's correct.
Okay, we're talking with Gary Serrato, the Fresno Irrigation District General Manager, has been for the last 12 years. 436-ME-TV, option 11. We encourage your phone calls. We'll be here talking to Gary for about another 10 minutes or so. So call in with your water question. Back in just a moment. Back here talking with Gary Serrato. I'm glad you're here, Gary, and appreciate the information. Okay, so to the question about whether or not, I guess there's this. Well, I got a phone call here. Let me follow up on that question after the call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Yes. There's so many water districts out there, Fresno, Bryant, a whole bunch of other ones, and and occasionally argue and information seems to be contradictory in a lot of different ways. Is there any legislation or feature that it could become more like an air district where it becomes a regional water district where it's not going to be West Side or Fresno. It's going to be a water district that looks at both farming issues as well as metropolitan issues and manage that resource as a resource for both metropolitan and farming issues. Thank you very much. Bye.
Okay. Did you get the full question? I heard a little commentary in there. Did you get the full question about maybe Fresno Irrigation District going regional? I'm not sure what that means.
I am not really sure I understood that question in terms of going regional. I caught part of the first part of that, which you're saying there were a number of districts out there that included the Fraley Water Use Authority, but not sure I really understood what the question was.
Yeah, did anybody here catch the question? No, didn't catch it. Sorry, caller, I'm sorry. The phone call sounded just a little bit muffled for whatever reason, so when you do call in, make sure you turn down the sound on your TV and also talk directly into that microphone in the telephone. So getting back to the portion, the city of Fresno, that older portion, you cannot, even if that water treatment plant were to be built tomorrow, that one they want out there on the east side, cost $429 million, would not be able to deliver water into certain parts of Fresno in and around the airport. Explain that and explain why.
There's a section of the city of Fresno that is actually outside of the district, and the reason why was way back in 1920 when the district was first being formed. There was discussion with city leaders at that particular time to see if they wanted to be part of the Fresno Irrigation District, and for whatever reason they decided not to be a part of it, so it's referred to as the excluded area. Now, in terms of Kings River water, that's an issue that we're going to have to deal with, and we are talking about. But in terms of their Bureau water, I do believe that they can utilize their Bureau water in that particular section.
And would it cost money to redo the contracts and redo the policy in order for that water to be delivered into that area?
We are currently in discussions with the city of Fresno to renegotiate those agreements. And
how much would it cost, do you know?
I don't even have an idea, and I probably can't even comment on that.
Into the millions, maybe?
No, I don't think it's going to be that much.
Not that much, but it'll cost some money.
Yes, it will.
Caller, you're on with Gary Serrato. Go ahead.
Quick question, Gary. And I know a lot of the waste treatment plants. Isn't there a way to utilize that water waste treatment with filters somehow, where the water is cleaned out and sent out to the farmlands? In other words, it would be cheaper, but the waste treatment plant, even the one that want to build, would be easier to get some type of a filter, recirculate it, clean it out, and send all that water, instead of being wasted, go out to the farmlands. And it'd be cheaper for the farmers to not be billed for it. That's all the question I want to know.
Yeah, actually, that's a great question. We do have an agreement structured with the city of Fresno currently to utilize that regional wastewater treatment plant water out there. And basically what happens is they do what you're talking about, you're referring to, and that is that there's a secondary treatment of that water currently. It's put into those basins that they have out, spreading basins that they have out in and around that wastewater treatment plant. And then what occurs is that they pump that water back out, deliver it to our farmers. They deliver it into our canals, and then we deliver it to our farmers. And then by exchange, we provide half the volume back up on the east side, so you have surface water up on the east side. I do know that the city of Fresno and Clovis, because that's a regional plant, are looking at taking that to a tertiary treated level, which will make that water available to bring back up to the city as well.
What farmers do you serve?
We serve, we are 245,000 acres. We serve about 145,000 acres of farmland, and there are about 8,000 farmers that we deliver water to.
Where? What part of town?
We go from the Kings River up on the east side. It goes all the way up to the San Joaquin River, and we go all the way past Kerman, about 6-7 miles. And then we go as far east. We encompass the small communities of Biola and Easton as well, too, to the south.
Yeah, you can see how dry it is here. Obviously, we're in the 5th year of a drought, and farmers are struggling once again. And, you know, now they're being even more restricted by state regulations and state law now. And nobody knows how this is going to go, but there's a limit to how much you can tap into that aquifer, which really hasn't gone into effect yet. But as we take a look at these, some of the farmlands here in the Central Valley, here's a question for you. Will FID need to reroute conduit to accommodate the Cashin project over there in southeast Fresno?
The Cashin project in southeast Fresno, no.
You're set to go, huh?
We actually worked out an agreement with the Bateman Water District. Bateman Water District is going to be the district that's going to be providing the water supply to that Cashin project. And what we worked out with Bateman was that we were going to provide additional surface water to do groundwater recharge in an area where he's extracting the water to deliver to that Cashin project.
And another question here, what about the Dakota water treatment plant that is not yet online?
It is online.
It is online now?
Yeah, it's been brought online, and I think this is probably the 2nd week that it's actually operational. So, yeah, it just recently came online, and we're delivering water to it now.
All right, a couple of more questions for Gary. We'll take a break, come back, and then we'll switch out our guest. A big track event coming up, Fresno State, this coming weekend. We'll talk about that. We've got a few guests in the studio to talk about that in just a few minutes. Back in just a moment.
It's almost time.
Now we'll find out once and for all about Clark Kent and Superman.
Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a TV show.
Yes, but who is he? What's his name?
He's Superman.
Golly, Clark, won't that be wonderful seeing Superman
fighting a never-ending battle for truth, justice, and television the MeTV way.
No one can do the things that Superman does.
The adventures of Superman.
Now on MeTV Fresno, Xfinity 187.
We are here with Gary Serrato, the general manager of the Fresno Irrigation District. I know you try to stay out of the political fray. I know it's hard to do that, but you're in negotiations with the city right now to do what? To renegotiate some contracts concerning how much water you can bring into the city, or is it bringing water into certain parts of the city of Fresno?
Well, I think it's many things, and those are two of the issues that we're discussing right now with the city. In terms of how much water we're going to be delivering, where it's going to be delivered at, how it's going to be delivered, because you know the city,
and how much it'll cost,
and then how much it will cost. Obviously, cost is going to be one of those things, and so there's a number of things, you know, operations and management of both water supplies and storage and those sorts of things, and so we are, you know, with the surface water treatment plant, what changes is that they're going to need water. We're going to need to provide water every single day. They want to run for the entire year, you know, 7 days a week, 365, and for the entire year. So there's a number of issues that we're going to be talking about and working through.
Another call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Yes, it was mentioned that if they have their water treatment plants up and running, that they won't need to extract as much groundwater. But you also mentioned that the ag growers take advantage of the water they're not using now in the city. If the city starts using all their water with their water plants, does that mean the ag growers are going to have to start going to the water pumps because they're not getting the surface water they were getting before those plants were up full speed? And the other question is, like last year, for example, will those plants be running full-time if they only have 50,000 acre-feet of water like they got last year? I'll take my answer off the air. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, two great questions. Let's take the last one first. You're absolutely right. If there's not a water supply to deliver to those surface water treatment plants or do groundwater recharge or do both, I mean, it's not going to happen.
It's a moot point, right?
Yes, it becomes a moot point. But in our discussions with the city of Fresno, and Clovis for that matter, they're going to want to have that surface water delivered to their surface water treatment plant first before we move to groundwater recharge. If there's any excess beyond that, then we go to groundwater recharge within the city. Mm-hmm. The first question was, are the farmers going to be impacted? Yes, they will be impacted, but I can't tell you the degree that they're going to be impacted by. Because normally, because of the water supply and entitlement that we have on the Kings River, we're able to provide just about everything that the farmer needs in terms of producing a crop. And could it affect? It'll probably affect more of the post-harvest irrigation than anything else.
Okay. And finally, just a final question here, and we'll let you go. And that is, I didn't invite you here to be political, but is there anything that the city has been saying about this water treatment plant or anything in these talks? We know you have nothing to do with the water rates. I already made that clear at the beginning. So is there anything that the city officials or politicians have been saying that's misleading about what's going on with that water treatment plant?
I really couldn't tell you. And the reason I can't tell you or even comment on it is because I haven't even seen the plans. And so they have consultants that are working on that. I haven't seen the plans. I haven't seen how that's going to be operated or even the design of that thing. And I don't know that it has been. And so I wouldn't even be able to comment on that. I don't live in the city of Fresno. I live outside the city of Fresno.
Smart man.
And
stay out of the fray, right?
So I'm staying out of the political portion of it.
I appreciate you being here very much. I hope you do come back. You're a great source of information and informing us how your irrigation district works. And we're all in need of water. And you have a glass of water there on the end of the desk. Boy, precious water, right?
Yes, that's correct. Thank you for the invite.
Hey, thank you for coming in, Gary.
Yes.
And come back again.
I will.
All right, Gary Serrato, the general manager out there at the Fresno Irrigation District. We appreciate his time on this Friday morning. He'll be back again, don't worry. We'll be back too here on the program with our second guests. All right, guests, that's right, numerous guests coming up in just a minute.
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Whirlpool appliances we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Touch the new Whirlpool Ice Collection. It offers a modern style made to create an inspiring kitchen experience. Save big on this Whirlpool Black Ice or White Ice kitchen. Come into Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
Tune in to Heartland for the best in true country music. Relive vintage specials, one-of-a-kind concerts, and country music's earliest videos. Heartland is the heart of country. The only place where you can find country music, country stars, and country lifestyles 24/7. Heartland, the heart of country.
Now on channel 13.2.
When you're looking for KitchenAid innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Ventura TV Appliance. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, we'll help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified KitchenAid appliances save you energy and money and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months. Ventura TV Appliance, serving you since 1951.
Retro TV, your home for classic television. The greatest shows in history are here for you to enjoy. Join Cosby and Culp as secret agent men in I Spy. Ride along the Ponderosa with the Cartwrights in Bonanza. Hit the beat with Joe Friday in Dragnet. And that's not all. Retro TV offers endless fun and excitement for the whole family to enjoy. Retro TV, the best in classic television.
You can find Retro TV on over-the-air channel 13.4.
Is taking care of laundry taking too much of your time? Have you become a missing mom? With a new fast, efficient washer and dryer from Ventura TV Video Appliance, you'll spend more of your day the way you want. Save now on Frigidaire's Advanced Affinity Laundry Pair. Let Frigidaire save you energy, water, and time. Don't spend your life on laundry. Upgrade today at Ventura TV Video Appliance and save.
The Ballad of Andy and Barney. Andy and Barney were lawmen, bravest you ever did see. Warned every crook in the record book to stay out of Mayberry. They were the law.
Yes, they were the law, and the
give him no fear.
The Andy Griffith Show.
I guess to sum it up, you could say there's 3 reasons why there's so little crime in Mayberry. There's Andy, and there's me, and baby makes 3.
Now on MeTV Fresno.
It's almost time.
Now we'll find out once and for all about Clark Kent and Superman.
Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a TV show.
Yes, but who is he? What's his name?
He's Superman.
Golly, Clark, won't that be wonderful seeing Superman?
Fighting a never-ending battle for truth, justice, and television the MeTV way.
No one can do the things that Superman does.
The adventures of Superman.
Now on MeTV Fresno. Xfinity 187.
Back here on the program, of course, you're watching us on Comcast 187, 43.6, and 13.1. And this weekend, of course, another holiday weekend. It's President's Day again, I believe on Monday. So it's a holiday from school, or it's some kind of holiday. Okay, I don't know what it is. Anyway, could it be another President's Day? I don't know. But we're going to talk about a big track meet, a track event that's coming up on Sunday. And I want to show you some pictures from past events, and I want to tell you what this event is. It's a big one. It takes place at Fresno State. There's the track right there at the Save Mart Center, the indoor track. The 9th annual California State High School Indoor Track and Field Championships. You have athletes from all over the state competing in this. High school athletes. Look at these athletes here from previous events. They do compete in some of the indoor track and field events here, the high jump, the long jump, the running events as well. And they all get medals if they win. And anyway, joining us right now here on the set live is Bob Fraley. He's a long-time track and field coach here, very well known in the Central Valley. And sitting alongside him is Ray Winter, a Fresno Pacific track coach. This is Ray, that's Bob. And so you guys are here to talk about this wonderful event that starts on Sunday at 5 o'clock at the Save Mart Center, right, guys?
That's right. Yes, that's correct.
All right, give us a little details about who's going to be there, how many schools, who's going to take part, and how important is this event to Fresno?
Well, I think that it's important because we need young people to have role models. We need to find a way to give them hope. And if these kids get involved in it, then this is a way of making that kid realize, hey, maybe I can do something. And when they begin to get out and work hard, develop perseverance, then they begin to develop hope. And then when you have hope, you set goals, and you dream dreams, and you go to a level that few people thought possible.
How about it, Ray?
It's pretty special to host it in the Valley as well.
Yeah.
So kids coming from way NorCal, SoCal, and here they are in Fresno at one of the greatest venues really for special events anywhere. And so we get to highlight the city, highlight this region. So it's special for us to host. It's exciting.
Yeah, let's roll some. We have like 19 photos here to show you from previous events and some of those great athletes that take part in there. So how's the venue? I want to talk about the venue. There's some of the people that, is that you?
That's me and my wife from Layton.
Oh, wow. That's a great photo of you and your wife. How long have you been married? How many years?
We've been married 56 years.
Congratulations.
After my college sociology teacher says, you're 20 years of age, how are you going to feel about that person when you're 30, 40, and 50, and 60? I got up, left the class, went to Layton High School, waited for her to get out, and I said, hey, will you marry me because you're the person? And
You're
I was
funny.
right.
You're funny, Bob.
Happy Valentine's
You're
Day.
funny. Yeah, happy Valentine's Day, by the way. All right, let's roll some more photos. We'll just go through all these photos here. Talk about the venue, the Save Mart Center. Is that
Circus,
a good,
man. It's a circus. It's
is that,
great.
Is that a great venue to have a track and field event?
Tell them about the infield, and you got to watch 3 or 4 things at a time. Your head's on a swivel. The infield's full of, you got high jump, pole vault, and you got the running events nonstop.
Yeah,
and
but
so
it's that way
it's
everywhere,
great.
isn't it?
No, this is a Bob Fraley event, so it's always different. Tell them about it. Tell them what you think.
Well, what it is, you should see the emails that we get after each year. We came there, and we thought it was going to be in a field house. When we come in, my gosh, this thing is in a theater surrounded by restaurants. Our kids are so excited. What a great, beautiful venue to be in.
Is it tight quarters?
Yes, it is.
It is. So you got to be heads up at all times.
Yes, it
right?
is. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So you like the venue, Ray?
It's special. It's one of our favorite meets. My athletes are always looking forward to this meet. We have the privilege of there's a college and open, a university and open sections as well, and so get to compete against the state and other colleges here at home in front of the family and everything. This is a big deal, and it's indoors. It's different.
So is this
unique.
a mix of high school and college athletes?
There are different divisions. So we've got the high school division and then the college divisions as well, and open as well. So post-collegiates can come and compete, and it makes it for a very exciting opportunity.
So do high school athletes do not compete against college athletes?
That's right. That's right.
They compete within their own division.
That's right.
Whether it be the 100-meter dash or the javelin or whatever's taking place.
That's right.
All right, give us a rundown of the events that we'll see if we go out there at 5 o'clock on Sunday, and it continues into Monday. I know that.
Well, on Sunday, it's we'll have the track closed. In other words, it's all of the distance races and the relays that run around the track, and then starting the next morning, we open the track, and then they go back to the sprints. Do you see what I mean? And so we have and as far as we've had 12 qualifying meets throughout the state of California for this California State High School Indoor Championships. And we had 3 regional championships for the youth, and the 22 colleges entered basically based on their marks. Do you see what I mean?
But they're coming from all over the state here at this event, right?
Yes, they are.
It's
and
not
then,
just
then
from
this week we got the 4 athletes that are coming from China, and the Chinese the male jumper is in the top 3 in the world. He's jumped 7, 8.5. And then he's got a female jumper at 6'5 1/2 and 6'4 3/4. So we got some of the very, very best jumpers in the world. And John, do you speak Chinese? Because with the 4 athletes and the Olympic coaches coming, none of them speak English, so they have to bring an interpreter with them.
Yeah. What's your role going to be this week, Ray?
Well, one of the reasons I'm sitting here too, Bob was kind enough to invite me to join him this morning. Fresno Pacific is being recognized as a program that's given to the sport over the years, and so we're excited to have some alumni that are going to be there for the Parade of Champions on Monday morning at 11, just honoring some past national champions and so forth. But Monday night I get to just be a coach, and that's going to be fun. So I'll be out there and helping them get ready mentally and physically prepare and just holler. That's that's all we do. We just yell at folks.
How long have you been
simple.
out there at Fresno Pacific? How many years?
Been an assistant since '05, and this is my 2nd year as the head coach. So
yeah,
for a little
and
while.
You're enjoying yourself and sitting next to this guy.
Dream job.
I need that's a great looking sweatshirt. But I do need a pair of sunglasses to look at you. Very bright color indeed, and it's going to be a bright Sunday, but it's indoors. It's indoors. You like indoor or outdoor meets better?
Well, I like both of them, but my gosh, to go into the Save Mart Center and
That's
to
cool.
sit there in a lounge and with food services all over, it's awesome. Do you see what I mean? And you just don't see that in the sport of track and field that much.
Especially California, we don't get
know.
indoor meets, so this is
I know.
exciting.
This is the only indoor meet in the state of California now.
This one is?
Yes.
Yeah.
It used to be very popular, and then what happened is people couldn't afford the tracks. The tracks wore out. Do you see what I mean?
Right.
And
usually if they have these in L.A., they go to the L.A. Coliseum.
Yeah,
or
and
if
that track we used it for 1 year, and then it was in very poor shape, and they just ground it up. And then the person that Fred Arnold decided in his wife's memory to donate spend $1 million to get this one made for us.
Yeah, and the fact is, and many of these meets have taken place up in Sacramento as well.
Right,
Up at Sacramento State University has a track up there. They have Hughes Stadium if they want to use Hughes Stadium as a track. So this event is unique, no question.
It really is. It really is. It makes you think of the good old days in the Cow Palace or places up there.
Yeah, I know.
But now this is it, and this is the show. It's going to be great.
Yeah, and one of the other things we're going to do, John, is really promote the stadium out at Buchanan High School.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the West Coast Relays was tremendous in our heritage. And it was a world-class meet, and Buchanan has got the West Coast Relays for high schools, and we're hoping to watch it, and they have elementary schools, and we're hoping to watch it grow into what it used to be, because that is an awesome stadium for outdoor track out there at Buchanan High School.
Why?
Why is it? The venue is just perfect. It's got great seating, it's a great track, it's in a very, very good location out there. It's amazing when you go out to Buchanan High School how quickly you can go in and out. When we used to go to Los Angeles, it'd take us 45 minutes to just go get off the ground, but out there it's so quick, it's not funny.
All right, you brought some folks with you here. We want to introduce them too. We'll take a break and switch out the guests. 436 MeTV option 11 if you want to call in, ask any questions. It's the 9th annual California State High School Indoor Track and Field Championships out at the Save Mart Center this weekend, Sunday, starting at 5 o'clock and moves into Monday. Back in a moment.
From a top secret location, it's the Spies Who Love Me, bringing together MeTV's top super spies to fight evil at a memorable moment's notice. They're daring.
That's right.
Brave.
Now what are we gonna do?
The best we can.
Suave.
Does that apply to me, Oscar?
Possibly. And smart.
The yellow finger in the gun trick.
Maxwell Smart.
MeTV Fresno, channel 43.6 and Xfinity 187.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the low-price leading brands reliable advice place. The Frigidaire Gallery Dream Kitchen Get Yours Today place. You with me? Right now get huge savings on select Frigidaire Gallery appliances and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months at the hometown low price think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place. When you're looking for KitchenAid innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Ventura TV Appliance. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, we'll help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified KitchenAid appliances save you energy and money and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months. Ventura TV Appliance, serving you since 1951.
Euronews, most-watched news channel in Europe.
Back here on the program, the 9th annual California State High School Indoor Track and Field Championships taking place this weekend at the Save Mart Center. Starts on Sunday evening at 5 o'clock. Remember, Monday is a holiday, another holiday Monday. That means my kids won't be going to school. Anyway, joining us now here for the second part of this is Sarah Hill and John Brinson. And so welcome to the program, and you're going to be competing Sunday and I guess Monday. So let's start with you, Sarah. You're representing what school and what event are you going to compete in?
Well, we're representing Fresno Pacific, and
Great.
I will specifically be in the high jump.
In the high jump. What's your best jump?
5'8"3/4.
Is that good for the competition that you're competing in, or?
Yes, 5'8" 3/4 is my best from last season. So right now we're obviously at the very beginning of the season, so we're still working back up to that height.
Yeah.
But it's a promising year.
Do you know your competition yet?
I heard you talking about a girl who jumps around 6 something and 6'5". Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the opportunity to jump with her. That's exciting.
Yeah. Hey, good name, by the way, John Brinson. Interesting name, isn't it? So you are from Fresno Pacific, and your event is what?
I do the 400 hurdles.
Oh, that's a tough event, the hurdles.
Indeed.
That's one of the toughest events, and so how's that?
I like it. It's a really challenging event, and
What do you have to do to conquer the hurdles? I mean, obviously, you have to be able to jump in a fluid motion and keep going and not touch the hurdle, right?
Right. I think
and how difficult is that to do?
I think the most important thing with the 400 hurdles is endurance, because unlike the 4, I mean, you are jumping over hurdles, so you get tired quicker. So you have to really focus on your form and getting down as quick as you can. So it's more thinking about just the running, getting down quick, and having endurance to finish.
Do you ignore the hurdle like it's not there?
I do. I try my best to just pretend like it's just a 400 race, and when the hurdle come up, it comes up. Whatever leg comes up, I just hit it real quick and try to stay on the ground as fast as I can.
What's your best finish, best time?
My best time is 52.68, I believe, and that was last year. So coming in this year, I hope to have a faster time.
Yeah. And to you, let me ask you both, why is this event important, do you think?
Our specific events?
This track
or
and
just
field.
track in general.
This whole meet, this track meet. Why is it important to the Central Valley, to Fresno?
Well, this meet's important to me personally because I get to compete with some girls that I competed with in high school, girls that I haven't seen in years, but once a year we get to compete together at the same art center, and it's a real honor to get to be reacquainted with those girls and get to compete with some new faces, with some new jumpers, and it's incredibly, incredibly fun. But for the Central Valley specifically, I think the unity of different teams getting to come together and compete with each other, challenge each other, even before outdoor season starts.
Yeah, and John, you can challenge yourself and see how good you are against the other competition, right? That's the other challenge.
Right, and not only that, to add on what Sarah said as well, the exposure of the meet in general is such a big meet, and so we get to see a lot of people, like Bob said, like people coming out of from different countries to join this meet, so that's another good thing about it.
Okay, one final question here. We'll bring another guest in, and that is, do you like indoor or outdoor better?
I like outdoor better because I'm jumping higher.
You like the conditions outdoor, huh?
Yeah, I like to get a little color. Indoor, I'm still kind of pale, but
take a quick call here before we go. Okay, caller, you're on the air. Go ahead. Are you there? Caller?
John Mello, what do you think about the extreme drought problem we are having in the Central Valley?
Okay, all right. Well, we're talking track and field, and I guess we're having it indoors. No drought indoors, I guess. We'll have plenty of water inside to drink.
Hopefully.
But anyway, Sarah, we're going to change out some guests. Sarah, good luck to you. You're going to stay for a minute. John, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Pleasure seeing you, and good luck out there on Sunday and Monday. Back with more here on Connect with Me in just a moment.
Retro TV, your home for classic television. The greatest shows in history are here for you to enjoy. Join Cosby and Culp as secret agent men in I Spy. Ride along the Ponderosa with the Cartwrights in Bonanza. Hit the beat with Joe Friday in Dragnet. And that's not all. Retro TV offers endless fun and excitement for the whole family to enjoy. Retro TV, the best in classic television.
You can find Retro TV on over-the-air channel 13.4.
Back here on the program, little time left. We're talking with Sarah Hill from Fresno Pacific, and now joining us is Dante McDaniel. Your event on Sunday and Monday will be?
The triple jump and the long jump.
Ooh, the triple jump. Okay, the long jump we know. What are the tricks of the trade in that triple jump? What do you have to do to master it?
So with the triple jump, it's a little bit different. It's not just complete speed and full force. You have to maintain your speed all the way through all three jumps, you know. One reason why I like that event is it does give you 3 chances to fix whatever's wrong. However, it's bad because if you mess up the first jump, the second one's going to be bad and the third one's going to be bad.
Yeah, we got like 30 seconds left, and with the triple jump, do you have to start further back and then start jumping when you're further back, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit further to make sure that you make it into the sand and don't jump all the way over the pit within your 3 jumps.
And you got to time your steps, right?
Yep.
Just right. How long for you have you been competing in that?
I started competing in junior high, so I've been doing it for a while now.
All right. Yeah. Good luck to both of you.
Thank
Dante,
you.
good to see you. Good luck in both those events on Sunday and Monday.
Thank you.
All right. Sarah, thank you very much. All right. The 9th Annual California State High School Indoor Track and Field Championship Save Art Center starts at 5 o'clock on Sunday. Our thanks to Bob Fraley and, of course, to Ray Winter, the coach at Fresno Pacific. See you back here on Monday. Victor Davis Hanson will be the guest. Have a great weekend.